Okay, you understand you're not paying that to Otsego County, right? You're paying that money for the support of your children. It's not going to the county.
Actually, Otsego County does collect a percentage of that money. I know how it works. I do know that you guys make money off of the order, but I have seen Sebastian and Elena.
The only reason why
the back. Kirk v. Hassel is live on Zoom consent judgment of support for their minor child today. Prosecutor Rolola needs Ms. Kirk's consent on record. She questions the amount. Court clarifies. Enter the order first, then seek a deviation before the referee. Buckle up more. Coming now. Subscribe, like, and share.
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. So we're on the record in Kirk versus Hassel. This is file number 2419834-DS. The record should reflect both parties are present today by Zoom video, along with Mr. Rolla on behalf of the people. This is set for entry of a consent judgment of support for the minor child in this case. Mr. Rolla, anything that you wanted to state in support of entry of this judgment today?
Yeah, sure. Thank you. It's my understanding Ms. Kirk hasn't signed that yet, which is why we needed to have her here present to give her consent to the record.
Okay. Ms. Kirk, you're the mother of the minor child broker in this case. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. And you understand that by entering this order today, it would provide for payment of child support for the benefit of the child that you share with Mr. Hassel. Do you understand that?
Yes.
And as a mother of that child, do you believe that it would be in your child's best interest to enter that order today?
I was questionable on the amount of the order and if we could establish a different amount other than the one that they came up with.
Okay. So, well, Mr. Rolla, did you want to?
With the court's permission, yes.
Sure.
As has previously been indicated, we have to get this order entered first. Then if you want to take it before the front of the court referee and give the referee some reason to deviate from the standard child support formula, that you can do. But you can't do that until the order is entered originally. And this has been explained a couple of times, as I understand it, by Ms. Kent from our office. Do you understand that, Ms. Kirk?
Yep.
So is that what you'd like to do today?
So that's what we have to do to go forward, and then I can go to the front of the court.
Correct, ma'am.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Mr. Hassel, were you contesting entry of this order today?
My concern right now that I have is, in this whole experience, you guys showed up to my jobs, my work, harassed me. And on top of that, not one time did I ever get a picture of this order. You guys only sent one side of your guys' thing to the party. All I got was a court date, and that's a conflict of interest. You guys sent your papers to one side of the party, and then now I'm to the point where you guys called my bosses, harassed my boss's phones. I had cops showing up at my doors every other day. I probably had contact with cops 5 times over this. You guys harassed my work, my bosses. And then now you guys are trying to get my kids. You give her the paper. I've seen the paper because she showed it to me. We already are aware of what you guys did. You gave her a paper months ago and then sent me this court date. That's all I got. You gave one side of the party the evidence or what you're doing. So this whole time, do you know that I didn't know what you guys are trying to order until she come and told me? That's not how the courtroom is designed, and that's not how court works. But if you guys are going to continue to do it how you guys do it, then I guess that's how it is. But I will want it on the record that not one time has this court sent me papers of what they're trying to do today. And I want that on the record that Katie was the only person that was provided a paper of the amount they're trying to pay, of where they came up with the formula of $2,000 I make. And then on top of this, I want on the record for this case that I do pay Otsego County $1,100 on 2 other children in this county. For Sebastian and Elena Hassel, I pay $237 a week right now. And I, on the record, have a warrant for child support that they will not drop. Under no terms, and they're trying to get more money out of that warrant and now trying to come and get more. And I feel like that's a big factor in your guys' equation, the $1,100 that I've paid. In the last 2 months, I've paid $2,200 in child support since I was put in jail already this year. And then while I was in jail, I had to pay another $1,000 to the courts. Between getting out of jail, when I got arrested, the jail took $300 of my money for staying there the whole time I had to stay. And there's a lot of conflicts that are concerning about this that aren't being put into the case. And I feel like it's very relevant that I pay Otsego County $250 a week right now out of my checks. And some weeks I'm living on less than $40 a week. I've tried to contact the courts to have it addressed. They won't address anything. The first address was if I gave them $3,000, they would drop the warrant. The second time that we were in contact with the courts, they said that they wanted $400 and I needed to come in front of the judge and sign a paper that I'm going to do, I'm going to agree to get more rearages paid. And mind you not, my rearages of $30-something thousand were accumulated overnight, and I'm being forced to try to pay money I can't pay. They're coming between mine and my son's relationship because of the terms that you guys are trying to do. And I feel like there's a lot of concerning factors of how $700 when I already pay you guys $1,100, that's $1,850 a month, according to your guys' calculations. But nowhere in this case does Otsego County say that they're receiving $250 for another kid or for two other children in the case. So we're going to have to do it. We'll figure it out. But I want on the record that the court did not one time give me any kind of paper of what they're trying to do today. I have one paper that was sent to me, and it shows a court date, and that's it. But Katie has papers she got months ago. And then another factor that needs to be put on the record is not one time when I was pulled over the last time for my last child support in Otsego County did they offer to have me pay a percentage on the side of the road. But I know of 4 people in the last 2 months who have been pulled over and were offered to pay amount to not go to jail on the side of the road. Instead, I was forced to be incarcerated for 5 days, and then I had to pay a bunch of money to get out of jail. Not one time was I offered that option. And I've had a warrant for with Otsego County for almost 3 months now, and not one time have they dropped it, but they've continued to take over $2,200 from me. And now I'm having to be come after again for $700. In the last month, out of $2,500 that I've made, I've seen less than $700 in a month. I have not had 40-hour paycheck in 2.5 months. I was laid off last week. And the court doesn't want to do anything. They think that I have to pay whatever is they want. And I'm sorry, I'm not rich. Wherever the thought that I'm rich comes from, I'm not. I live in a trailer. I barely make 20 hours a week. I'm lucky to get 40 if I'm lucky because of the season and the type of work I do. And I have nobody cares to offset what's being done to me in my home and my finances and my bills.
Okay, you understand you're not paying that to Otsego County, right? You're paying that money for the support of your children. It's not going to the county.
Well, actually, Otsego County does collect a percentage of that money. I know how it works. I do know that you guys make money off of the order, but I have seen Sebastian and Elena.
The only reason why the court's involved in this is because you're not paying child support to support your own children.
I paid $250 a week right now. You guys just took it out yesterday.
To address your arguments regarding the notice, Mr. Rolla, do you have any position on that? Because that's
Yes, Judge. Thank you. Contrary to the information Mr. Hassel tried to indicate on the record, I'm looking at, and I'll be happy to provide a copy of it to the court, the response Mr. Hassel gave to our office by email on January 15th, 2025 at 1:08 p.m. It was in response to Mr. Hassel receiving the original paperwork, the same paperwork he claims he didn't receive that was only sent to the other party. He makes many of the same objections in his email that he has on the record today. Somehow he thinks that because he has a separate child support case that he's behind and delinquent on, that means that an order shouldn't be entered in this case. In any case, he was advised that he has a hearing. He's going to be receiving a notice of that hearing. He has received a notice of the hearing. So the document that I have, Your Honor, specifically is indicating for the purposes of this hearing that he was served with the original paperwork as required by statute by our office. He responded to that original paperwork, not in the manner that he actually should have, but by email to Ms. Kent that was received on January 15, 2025. And then she responded to that. So for him to say this is the first he's heard of it, quite frankly, is contrary to the facts.
All right. So the court finds that it would be appropriate to enter this order at this time. So to the extent the parties want to contest the amount, Ms. Kirk and Mr. Hassel, the prosecutor has laid out the process for that, and that has to go through front of the court. If the calculation is wrong, if the numbers that are used for that calculation are not correct, then one or both of you can file a motion to adjust the amount of support. So the court's going to enter that order now. All sides have had a reasonable opportunity to make the record they wanted to make today. It's preserved for the record. Mr. Hassel, to the extent that you feel that you're being treated unfairly, or that the court or the prosecutor's office has not followed statute in terms of proceeding today, then you're free to pursue whatever remedies that you need to pursue to address those. And we'll go from there. So that's all for this hearing today. All parties are free to disconnect at this time.
Decision time. The judge officially enters the support order, noting both sides may challenge the calculation through friend of the court if numbers are wrong. Prosecutor cites Mr. Hassel's January 15, 2025 email as proof of notice. Hearing ends. Pursue remedies if unfair. Like, comment, and subscribe for more courtroom breakdowns.